Hi, my name is Jaya Singh. I own a small business named Pratikshat where I help my fellow Christian believers to share the gospel through printed media. My journey with Jesus began when I was 4 years of age, and even at that age, I had an inclination to follow him and to serve him with my whole heart. At the age of 4 years, I was molested. He was a known person. We used to play at his backyard. He was a known person in the neighborhood, so he was in and out of our place. One fine day, he did things to me that are too graphic for me to describe. But I didn't have the guts to tell my parents of what had happened. Frankly speaking, I didn't know what was happening. Later, we moved to Cuttack, and again, I was molested by a known person to the family. He was in and out of our house. We used to have dinner together, we used to have lunch together. But this time I told my parents about the situation. As and when I grew older, I was molested, not just privately but also publicly. Delhi was the most cruel to me. My teenage period was the most traumatic for me. And not just for me but for my family also. And I didn't know what to do with my life. I often questioned God, why He created me in the first place. Do I have any purpose in my life? Was I even born just for being abused? Did nobody love me? Or even if they loved me, did they love me for the sake of abusing me? As it is, I was a very shy girl, an introvert by nature. And this experience of mine had made me more reclusive. I had become extremely scared of people, especially men. I didn't want to be around them. I didn't want to meet them. I didn't want to shake hands. I didn't want to do anything with them. Even when I started working, I just didn't want to be around men. It was very uncomfortable for me to be with them. I couldn't go out alone. I used to get severe panic attacks. And those panic attacks would get aggressive whenever I used to see men with the same facial hair or facial features that those men had who had molested me a long time ago. And all I thought about was how to end my life. I had nothing else to think about but just this. In the coming years, God revealed to me that I had to work on my life. I had to work on the things that I held on to, the hurt, the pain, the trauma, and the fear of being judged loomed over my head. But I had to surrender this fear of mine to Jesus. The first thing that I did was I spoke to someone. Since I am a reserved person, expressing myself is difficult. So God pushed me to do that. He brought me out of my comfort zone, and He encouraged me to talk to someone who can help me come out of this trauma. This whole process took me 5 years, and by the end of it, God had a plan for me, and I was ready for the next chapter of my life. In 2011, I met my husband. Right till I walked down the aisle, I wasn't sure that Isaac was the person for me. But then God reminded me of a prayer that I had prayed a long time ago. There were 3 things that I prayed for: that my husband would love Jesus more than me, that he would be a musician, and that he would understand my ministry and my heart towards serving people and God. God knew the right man for me, and He gave me that at His own time. Even now, when the evil one reminds me of the pain that I went through, the trauma, the hurt, the words that were spoken against me, I know God changed my life for good. My past is my past. My past doesn't define me. God removed the fear that I had towards men. I'm not saying that I've become less cautious when I'm out, but that fear, that panic attack, those anxiety episodes that I would have, those are gone. And I know for sure that I am healed. The experiences that we go through, yes, they are painful. Yes, they are hurtful. Yes, they are traumatic. And sometimes that would define us for the rest of our lives. But these are the things that God will use us for His glory. He will use these painful experiences make them mere memories for us later, and use them for His glorification, to reach out to others, to help them come out of their pain that they are going through. If you're going through something, or you have gone through something similar, know that God is a God of comfort. He loves you. He is there through your highs and lows. He is there at our darkest time. He is there to give us strength when we are the weakest. Surrender your life to God. Rededicate your life to Him. He loves you. He died for you. He has promised to never leave you nor forsake you.